everybody, this is Penny from Milton Anglican. And I've been thinking about advocacy. Advocacy is a strange word. It comes from the law courts, and literally it means to add a voice to speak on behalf of someone else. And of course behind it is the Latin word vocare, to call or summon, from which we get our word vocation. And I was thinking that here at Milton Anglican, perhaps our core calling and charism is exactly to advocacy, to adding our voice. And we're trying to add our voice to the homeless in our community, to allow the voices of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to be heard. Perhaps particularly to listen to the voices of those who have been traumatized by their service in war, particularly I think of the 42 by 42 group from Afghanistan. And we try also to be a place where artists can be given a voice. But perhaps above all, ours is a community in which we advocate for the rainbow community and seek to speak with them. So today is Idahobbit, the International Day against homophobia, biphobia, interphobia and transphobia. And over the last 30 years, Idahobbit has been about advocacy, both in society and in the church, not always very well received. Yet the spirit of truth continues to inspire us to advocate, and we need to lean into that spirit and to seek from the spirit of truth the gifts that we need. That can be a demanding thing, and I think of 3 demands in particular: the demand of compassion, the demand of courage, and the demand of contemplation. Because without compassion, the capacity to place ourselves in the shoes of the other, then advocacy can become sterile. When we advocate for another, we need to be with them. This needs to be my fight as much as it is theirs. And that, of course, demands courage. We can't then hide behind claims of ignorance or fear of consequences. All we can rely on is the promise that Jesus gives us in the Gospel of John, the promise that we will not be left orphaned, or in that beautiful phrase, the beautiful translation of the Authorized Version, that we will not be left comfortless. We will not be comfortless, but we certainly won't be comfortable either, because advocacy is always a costly business. And if we are to find ways to meet that cost, then indeed we need to follow the path of contemplation, because it is the path of contemplation that allows us truly to get to know that advocate, that spirit of truth. It allows that spirit to search us out, to strip away the last traces of ego and enable us to speak from a place of love. For indeed, advocacy in the end is always about love and about life. So on this Idahobbit, let us seek through contemplation, give gifts of compassion and of courage, and let us rejoice that we have indeed a true advocate who will enable us to live that out as our true calling. In the name of Christ, our true advocate, Amen.